strange existence never ends. Accept the contradiction, the beast lives in the frame. We were the perfect fiction and whisper our own name. The shadows stretch from edge to edge. We live inside the final edge. The gentle voice, the savage claw, bound by one body against the law. A perfect blend of what is true. The form is changing from me to you. The blood runs hot, the metal bends. The strange existence never ends. Accept the contradiction, the beast lives in the frame. We wear the perfect fiction and whisper our own name. The seam is visible where the parts refuse to merge. A necessary heart for a powerful urge. We break the reflection, but the image holds fast. The future is merging with what is already past. Accept the contradiction, the beast lives in the frame. We wear the perfect fiction and whisper our own name. I shed my skin, I shed my sin. Let the night crawl in, let it all begin. Who was I before? Who am I within? Who was I before? Who am I within? Accept the contradiction, the beast lives in the frame. We wear the perfect fiction and whisper our own name. Cracks in the mirror, they fracture my name. The person I was and the one who remains. A cycle of endings, rebirth in the flame. I am the heart, I am the void, destroy to create. The old destroy. I shed my skin, I shed my sin. Let the night crawl in, let it all begin. Who was I before? Who am I within? Who was I before? Who am I within? Accept the contradiction, the beast lives in the frame. We wear the perfect fiction and whisper our own name. The air tastes electric, it hums in my veins. Rewired and reckless, unbound by my chains. No turning back, no remnants remain. Who am I within? No remnants remain. The crystal cracks behind the face, a silent beauty in this cold place. The surface shines, it won't let go. A fragile prison beneath the snow. They breathe the air but feel no heat. A perfect posture we can't defeat. The pulse is slow, they lose the claim. Round and round, just a cold name. Weather white forever, don't let them see inside. The fragile heart will shatter with no is hidden where the cold winds blow. Where the words forever, don't let them see inside. The fragile heart will shatter with nowhere left to hide. Frozen breath hides my name. Mirror cracks, it's all a game. Skin of frost, no warmth remains. The chill, it burns, it stains. I see you through the veil. Your shadow bends and pales. Iceman, Iceman, Iceman. Who's behind? Don't ask, don't die. Sharp glass, Iceman, 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 Iceman. Whispers echo, no reply. Fingers numb, touch the sky. A brittle truth, a fragile lie. Shatter now, watch it die. I feel you fade away. The frost begins to fray. Ice mask, who's behind? Don't ask. Cold eyes, sharp glass. Iceman, Iceman. The binding splits, the page is thin. A silent pressure from what's within. The ink is dry, the words erase. A perfect memory in this vast space. They breathe the mold and taste the years, ignoring all the lingering fears. The shelf gives way, the wisdom bleeds, the knowledge fades to meet its needs. Burn the text and seal it. The history is wrong. We bury every chapter where we belong. The air is still, no whispers here, just heavy breathing drawing near. The leather rots, the secrets spill against the weight of former will. We read the script, we see the lies reflected in their glassy eyes. The shelf gives way, the wisdom bleeds, the knowledge fades to meet its needs. Burn the text and seal it. The history is wrong. We bury every chapter where we belong. The spine is broken, the story untold. We hold the ashes of silver and gold. The final sentence etched in the wood. Misunderstood and misunderstood. Burn the text and seal it. The history is wrong. We bury every chapter where we belong. Shelves of shadows stacked so high. Dusty echoes whisper why. A labyrinth of broken spines. Forgotten words, forgotten time. The lost library calls my name. Through the silence, through secrets bleed. The lost library plants the seed. Cobwebbed corners, ghosts in rows. Faded maps where no one goes. Ink-stained fingers trace the scars. Every book a prison star. Who wrote the end? Who burned the start? Who hides the key to this black heart? The lost library calls my name. Through the silence, through the flame. Pages crumble, secrets bleed. The lost library plants the seed. I hear the voices trapped in lines. Their stories twist, their fates entwine. I try to read, but words decay. The truth just slips further away.
Pavement glistens, a mirror cracked. The storm consume us. The torrent knows its way. This world deserves the cleansing. We cannot stand and pray. Each drop's a secret, a stolen sigh. It drowns the truth, it bleeds the sky. Final rain, final rain, washing away what I can't explain. Final rain. stars, the work is done. A silent witness beneath the sun. The white form stands impassively tall, ignoring the fate of what must fall. They trace the lines, they seek the heat. A cold illusion, bitter and sweet. The dust will settle, the ages pass. The structure freezes like brittle glass. Stand still and listen. The silence is your art. We want to see the fracture deep in your marble heart. The pedestal holds the heavy truth, a flawless relic of endless youth. The crowd has left, the square is bare, just empty whispers hanging in the air. A perfect surface that holds the glare, a heavy sorrow we cannot share. The dust will settle, the ages pass. The structure freezes like brittle glass. Stand still and listen. The silence is your art. We want to see the fracture deep in your marble heart. Deep in your marble heart. Your rain hits softly, it cleanses the white, washing the memory from the fading light. We dance around you with fire and sound, waiting for the day you fall to the ground. Stand still and listen. The silence is your art. We want to see the fracture deep in your marble heart. Your eyes are mirrors, cracks with eyes. They cut me once, they cut me twice. Whispers linger in the cold black air, but you're not here, you're not there. Heart of stone, you're a kingdom alone. Every beat, every throne carved in bone. Heart of stone, I can't break what's unknown. You're a shadow I can't own. Your touch is frost on a dying flame, a silent hymn, a wordless name. I called for you in the endless night, but silence answered, no end in sight. Falling faster, no ground below, reaching for what you won't show. Heart of stone, you're a kingdom alone. Every beat, every throne carved in bone. Heart of stone, I can't break what's unknown. You're a shadow I can't own. Is there a pulse behind the wall, or just an echo, cold and small? If I could find it, would it feel, or is your stone heart made of steel?
twisted face in the hall of mirrors. I'm not alone. Reflections twist, they've taken the throne. Who am I? Who are they? Who's in control? Look right, look left, there's a stranger. He stares and knows my name. We are the endless danger, playing the final game. 1,000 eyes stare back at me, fractured truths in symmetry. The walls are cold, the air is thin, the floor is cracking. I start to fall. I reach for nothing, I reach for it all. In the hall of mirrors, I'm not alone. Reflections twist, they've taken a throne. Who am I? Who are they? Who's in control? Look right, look left, there's a stranger. He stares and knows my name. We are the endless danger, playing the final game. A thousand eyes stare back at me, fractured truths and symmetry. The walls are cold, the air is thin, the floor is cracking. I start to fall. I reach for nothing, I reach for it all. In the hall of mirrors, I'm not alone. Reflections twist, they've taken a throne. Who am I? Who are they? Who's in control? Look right, look left, there's a stranger. He stares and knows my name. We are the endless danger, playing the final game. The cable runs into the spine, a flawless junction, a new design. The light consumes the heavy air. We trade the sorrow for the fixed stare. They log in deep to feel the hum. The real existence is now numb. The bandwidth slows, the system crawls. The flesh is weak before the walls. Go on like forever. Don't feel the sudden pain. We want the clean connection again and again. The skin is cold, the eyes are dry. The body whispers a silent lie. The world outside is turning gray. We prefer the pixels day after day. A perfect double leaves on the feed. It fulfills every digital need. The bandwidth slows, the system crawls. The flesh is weak before the walls. Go on like forever. Don't feel the sudden pain. We want the clean connection again and again. try to remember the feel of the hand, lost in the future we couldn't understand. Go on life forever, don't feel the sudden pain. We want the clean connection again and again. The cursor blinks like a fading star, a tiny pulse in the endless dark. I reach for life, but it won't restart. Frozen scream, frozen dream, locked inside this ghost machine. Nothing moves, nothing breathes. Frozen scream, frozen dream. Go on life forever, don't feel the sudden pain. We want the clean connection again and again. Reflections trapped in the glassy sheen, whispers lost in the static scream. Reality slips through the pixel stream. Time stands still in electric chains. I'm the prisoner, I'm the warden of this pain. Frozen scream, frozen dream, locked inside this ghost machine. Nothing moves, nothing breathes. Frozen scream, frozen dream. Cold blue light wraps me tight. The night's alive, but I'm held in ice. A silent void where codes collide. No escape, no space to hide. Go on life forever, don't feel the sudden pain. We want the clean connection again and again.
The arches bend, the plaster falls, silence echoes through broken halls. The altar stone is cold and bare, a single witness to a final prayer. They wear the robes, but feel no warmth. A hollow ending before the storm. The pipe organ sighs, the great doors shake. The pact is broken, for heaven's sake. Close the book and scatter. The worship is undone. We sought the perfect answer, but found oblivion. The stained glass eyes reflect the night. A fractured promise of former life. The incense burns, a bitter smoke, a heavy spirit that finally broke. A rusted chain upon the crypt, the final secret from lips unzipped. The pipe organ sighs, the great doors shake. The pact is broken, for heaven's sake. Close the book and scatter. The worship is undone. We sought the perfect answer, but found oblivion. The ancient structure finally yields to the dust, betraying the faithful who placed all their trust. We abandoned the ruins, the stone and the bell, escaping the heaven that became our own hell. Close the book and scatter. The worship is undone. We sought the perfect answer, but found oblivion. A clock ticks backwards, shadows creep. The air is heavy, no time for sleep. A flicker, a spark, a distant hum. The final mass, the end has come. Final mass, the bells will toll. Final mass, it claims your soul. No escape, no place to run. Final mass, the dark begun. Close the book and scatter. The worship is undone. We sought the perfect answer, but found oblivion. A shiver crawls up fragile spines, through shattered glass and broken signs. The ground trembles, the sky turns black. Final mass, there's no way back. Is this a dream or is this real? Do you remember how to feel? The cold is closer, it's in your breath. It whispers death. Final mass, the bells were tolled. Final mass, it claims your soul. No escape, no place to run. Final mass, the dark begun. Close the book and scatter. The worship is undone. We sought the perfect answer, but found oblivion. The silence grows, the void expands. Final mass takes all demands. No light remains, just shadows cast. Final mass, we've reached the last.
Expression beyond repair. They hold the box against the chest, a final moment of hollow rest. The gear is stuck, the mechanism fails. A simple tune now only wails. Listen to the silence, the rhythm is gone. scales. The simple tune now only wails. Listen to the silence. The rhythm is gone wrong. We want to break the pattern to end the childish song. Listen to the silence. The rhythm is gone wrong. We want to break the pattern to end the childish song. The spring is broken, the music won't start. It holds the trauma deep inside the heart. We trade the motion for absolute fear, knowing the ending is constantly near. Listen to the silence. The rhythm has gone wrong. We want to break the pattern to end the childish song. Your chords collapse like broken glass, a shatter in the void. No notes can last. A symphony undone, a song that hides, twisting shadows where your tune resides. Faulty melody, you're haunting me. A broken key, a ghostly plea. A faulty melody can set me free. You're the crack in every harmony. The rhythm stumbles, skips a beat. A heart that falters, incomplete. Your echoes linger, sharp and cold. A hymn of fractures, tales untold. But still I chase your fleeting sound, a dissonance where dreams are drowned. Faulty melody, you're haunting me. A broken key, a ghostly plea. Faulty melody can set me free. You're the crack in every harmony. Listen to the silence. The rhythm has gone wrong. We want to break the pattern to end the childish song. Out of tune, out of time. You're the chaos in my rhyme. Out of tune, out of line. Still I hum your flawed design.
The air is thin, the path is steep. A heavy secret, the boulders keep. The ground is stone, no sign of life. Just wind that cuts like a sterile knife. They look below where the world still moves. A distant picture of empty grooves. The breath grows weak, the muscles burn. The final lesson we had to learn. Climb for the nothing. The summit holds no prize. We seek the clear rejection reflected in the skies. The jacket freezes against the bone. relic left all alone. The fog descends a blinding white, erasing the day and all the light. A flag is planted without a name, a forgotten victor in a heavy game. The breath grows weak, the muscles burn. The final lesson we had to learn. Climb for the nothing. The summit holds no prize. We seek the clear rejection reflected in the skies. The height is dizzying, the view is alive. There is no answer where the eagles fly. We built a devotion to reach the high place, only to find absolute empty space. Climb for the nothing, the summit holds no prize. We seek the clear rejection reflected in the skies. The air so thick, it seals the tune. A clock ticks loud, but never moves. No stars tonight, no sky, no breath. The world is caught in quiet death. This is the peak of silence. No sound, no violence. A scream trapped inside. This is the peak of silence, where echoes go to hide. Climb for the nothing. The summit holds no prize. We seek the clear rejection reflected in the skies. The walls they hum a ghostly tune. The void wraps tight like a cocoon. Each step feels like it breaks the moon. No wind, no rain, no ocean swell. This hollow hum, a fragile shell. This is the peak of silence. No sound, no violence. A scream trapped inside. This is the peak of silence, where echoes go to hide. Climb for the nothing. The summit holds no prize. We seek the clear rejection reflected in the skies. branches wide, a silent garden against the light. roots are deep, they will not break. A heavy silence for our own sake. They hold the past in rigid form, awaiting patience before the storm. The mold is growing, the air is dense, the final truth makes little sense. Stand still and listen. The forest is the mind we sought. The quick escape and left the soul behind. Stand still and listen. The forest is the mind we sought. The quick escape and left the soul behind. The shadows stretch from trunk to trunk. 1,000 memories forever drunk. No leaves to fall, no seeds to sprout. The perfect stasis, inside and out. A hollow knock against the wood. Misunderstanding what is good. The mold is growing, the air is dense. The final truth makes little sense. Stand still and listen. The forest is the mind we sought. The quick escape and left the soul behind. Stand still and listen. The forest is the mind we sought. The quick escape and left the soul behind. The wood holds the time that we try to ignore. The history's written in every cold pore. We run through the silence, we scream at the grave, finding no exit to start a new day. Stand still and listen. The forest is the mind we sought. The quick escape and left the soul behind. Stand still and listen. The forest is the mind we sought. The quick escape and left the soul behind. Frozen wood, where time won't bend. A hollow world with no end. Frozen wood, a kingdom's ghost, lost in frost, what we fear most. Branches crack like a brittle screen. Winter's choking in a fever dream. Every breath hangs sharp and thin. A chilling world without within. Do you feel the frostbite's kiss? Do you wonder what you miss? Frozen wood, where time won't bend. A hollow world with no end. Frozen wood, a kingdom's ghost, lost in frost, what we fear most. Leaves that
Fingers still spin, but hold no clock. A sudden tremor, a heavy shock. The landscape melts from old to new. We cannot anchor the point of view. They grasp for air in a different year. The constant presence of what we fear. The axis shifts, the memory strains, the damage follows like digital rains. Tear the fabric open, the moment won't remain. We live the same disaster. The faces blur from past to now. A painful fusion, a silent vow. The numbers run across the glass. We watch the future instantly pass. A frozen instant we can't undo. The repetition is always true. The axis shifts, the memory strains, the damage follows like digital rails. Tear the fabric open, the moment won't remain. We live the same disaster. The air is hidden deep within the cold, a constant return to the point where it showed. We try to escape, but the mechanism locks, trapped in the fracture of minutes and clocks. Tear the fabric open, the moment won't remain. We live the same disaster. The clock spins wild, hands off track. Shadows fall, no turning back. A crack in time, a loop undone. Round and round, the broken cycle, spiraling down a faded spiral. No escape, no revival. Mirrors shatter, faces blur, echoes scream, but no one stirs. A tether snapped, a world unmade. Falling through the static haze, lost inside this endless maze. Round and round, the broken cycle, spiraling down a faded spiral. No escape, no revival. Chains of yesterday rusted and weak. Futures fractured, the silence speaks. The loop is gone, the void repeats. The granite stands against the sky, a silent witness that will not die. repeats, the future's numb. The lines ignite, the air is thin. The final secret from deep within. Step back and feel the way the ritual is sealed. The power of the monolith will never be repealed. The moss grows slow across the fade. We cannot alter the final day. The earth exhales a toxic fume. We live inside this silent tomb. A circle drawn in faded chalk, a single subject of chilling talk. The lines ignite, the air is thin. The final secret from deep within. Step